All right, we continue on with our conference previews. The Atlantic Sun gets underway on Tuesday, and this is one of those crucial ones that has all sorts of campus sites, and it's only campus sites, so the higher seeded teams are going to have the advantage. For this one, you can see scrolling along the bottom, these are the odds, at least on FanDuel. Make sure to shop around because each book's going to have some different prices for this sort of thing. Before we get into a couple of the individual teams, let's take a look at the bracket. As you can tell, first round is on Tuesday. Then there's games Thursday, Saturday, and Tuesday. So this tournament is spread out a little bit for teams that may not necessarily have as much depth. They are going to get a little bit of a respite here. And one thing you want to consider when you look at Atlantic Sun games, there are the big four teams that have the pace and the lack of defense. Now, Florida Gulf Coast runs, but their defense is not terrible. But you look at Central Arkansas, Eastern Kentucky, and Lipscomb all play faster paces, all have poor defenses. See how some of the slower paced teams have done against them, and certainly on the road or at home, depending upon what you're looking at. It's something you want to see when you look at the Atlantic Sun. If you notice here, there is the Western and Eastern seeds. We'll take a look at the East. Number one, that is Liberty, the preseason favorite in this conference, 21-10, 12-4 in conference. But three of those losses came down the stretch. They went 3-3, very efficient from offense. Third in 2-point percentage, first in 3-point percentage, first in free throw percentage. Darius McGee is one of the best players in the country that I think not a lot of people are talking about here. Defensively, they've been a little leaky at times. They are sixth defending the 3, third defending the 2. And if you look at their conference losses, they lost at home to Jacksonville State. They were down as much as 16 in that game. They lost by 4 at Jacksonville. They lost by 3 at North Florida. So this is a team that has had some issues at times. They also lost at home to Florida Gulf Coast in overtime. They shot really poorly from three-pointer in that one. But I like this Liberty team. If they get everything together, they should win this conference rather easily. Now, the one on the western side, Jacksonville State, just coming over from the Ohio Valley. They went 20-9, 13-3 in conference, won 4 straight after losing 3 of 4. So they're starting to correct the ship a little bit. This team is second in 2-point percentage, second in 3-point percentage, 10th in the free throw line. So in close games, that could be a little bit of a factor here. Their defense, pretty good. Second defending the 2, fifth in defending the 3. This is a team that lives and dies by the three-pointer. Their conference losses, they lost at home by 12 to North Florida, never led, shot 3 of 19 from long range. They lost by 6 at Stetson, blowing a 17-point lead, and they lost by 10 at home to Central Arkansas, another game where they shot poorly from 3. So you kind of notice a trend when it comes to Jacksonville State. If they're not making their long-range shots, they're not going to be good. My sneaky team here, and this is a squad that everybody knows about, it's Dunk City, the 3 seed out of the East, Florida Gulf Coast. They went 10-6 in conference, but they went 7-1 down the stretch. They split with Liberty, winning on the road in Liberty, and they also lost by 8 at Jacksonville State. And sometimes when you look at these tournaments here, Tavian Dunn-Martin, you need a player who's going to get you through, and the transfer has been doing great things for Florida Gulf Coast. So if you're looking for somebody to sprinkle a little bit away from, I think Florida Gulf Coast is the way to go here. Maybe put a little bit on Liberty, put a little bit on Florida Gulf Coast, and hope for that to be potentially a later round game where you can hedge if you're into that sort of thing. One thing I do know when it comes to this thing is you're going to want to check out the deal that the fine folks at SportsMemo gave me. $50 off 30 days for the college basketball. Use NCAA 50, NCAA 50. That'll be it for our Atlantic Sun preview. I'm Matt Joseph, SportsMemo.com, signing